Hey everybody, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I'm making a video on my Predator's Mark build that a lot of people have been asking about in my streams, and I wanted to make sure that my build was completely finished, and although it does have a couple of things that I need to tweak, I figured I would just go ahead, show you guys what I got, and see what you guys think. So, if you don't know, Predator's Mark is one of the 4 new set gear pieces that have came out in the last expansion 1.2, and I want to give you guys my opinions on this build, kind of the place it takes in a team. And it's a utility build, so it's not one of those builds where you're going to be able to put it on and just completely 1v10 people, especially in this meta, but we'll get to that in another video. But this is more of a utility build where you can bring a lot to your team. You can still do damage, you can take a lot of damage, but you can also apply bleed constantly, which is going to help you guys like follow people who are running away. Maybe you got rogues who are running from you, or you're rogue and you got players running away and you want to take them out. This is awesome because you have constant slows with the bleed. There's a lot of ways to counter the bleed on the Predator's Mark. You can use a first aid heal, which will remove it. You can obviously eat a granola bar, which I'm not sure if that's a good idea when you're bleeding. But you can also roll and roll and roll, and that seems to be what people are doing the most. But when they're rolling and you're running, you're going to be able to catch up to them. So, like I said, this is more of a utility build, but I really, really like it, and I think it's fun to use. Okay, so let's get right into the build. So as you can see, I'm not using an SMG anymore. I think an assault rifle is pretty necessary in this build. I think it is more important to get that extra, 1800, 1600 assault rifle damage, whatever you're gonna get, like combined with my gloves and on my rifle itself. So, alright, let me just show you guys what I'm rocking. Okay, so for my primary, I have a tactical ACR. I have a blueprint for this in the base of operations. It was in DZO3 2 weeks in a row, about 3 weeks ago. So you may not have access to this, but maybe in upcoming weeks we'll see an ACR in DZO3. But it has a 10.2 damage base, deadly, responsive, and vicious. These are actually pretty good talents for this. The responsive is helpful for really up close combat because ACR should be used anywhere between mid and close range. Vicious helps a lot because when you're running with a team that has a lot of heals, you're basically going to be overhealed quite a bit. Since I am using overheal with one of my talents, very, very important. And deadly, which is going to help you on crit shots. I think this brutal might be a little bit better. Oh my god, what did I just witness? Alright. Okay, so that was so random. The reason we're down this creepy street here is because I want to show you guys what the mask looks like. The mask looks amazing. It looks so cool. Let me take these guys out real fast. You annoying rioters. Okay, they're almost all dead. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna go back here, and before I got hit in the head by Ken Griffey, oh, there's cleaners down there. Oh god. All right, we're gonna stay right here. Okay. So, like I said, I think an assault rifle kind of fits this a little bit better. I think brutal would have been a little bit better here than deadly, because deadly, you're not critting too often unless you're pulsing with your ACR. So yeah, 188k DPS, which obviously isn't super high, but a lot of that comes to not running Savage or Reckless anymore. Now, a huge reason why I gave up Savage and Reckless is because two-piece final measure is absolutely 100% necessary if you're going for a tank build, and we'll talk about that in a second. So let's get to the second weapon. This is my 163 score M1A that I've been using for a long time. I mean, you can look here. I have a 204 M1A that's not even close to as good as this one. Maybe the base damage is a little bit higher, but you can see here these talents, brutal, deadly, and talented, are just so good, and the headshot damage is so high that I just can't give this up until I find something that's way better. But yeah, I think I forgot to show you guys my attachments on my ACR. Let's do that. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so let's look at this. Okay, so for my red dot, I am using a T2 micro red dot sight. This is just something I found in the dark zone. 21.5% headshot damage, 7.5% critical hit chance. I think it's really important to get that crit hit chance, especially because assault rifles have a low amount of crit chance because they don't have that 25 base percent that SMGs do. I'm using a flash hider for the accuracy. Crit hit damage. Accuracy is extremely important on assault rifles. I cannot stress it enough. At least have 20% accuracy or your gun's going to kind of be... the bloom on your gun is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be really hard to hit people. Right now I'm using a PEQ 15 laser that's giving me hipfire accuracy and stability. The stability is pretty necessary on assault rifles as well because you need to be able to control it. It's a little bit easier to control on PC than it is on console because on console you have such a small amount of like I guess access points or trigger points on the thumbsticks that when you're pulling it down it's kind of going to jolt up and down. Whereas on PC, you can kind of slowly fight the recoil. So if you are playing on console, I absolutely 100% recommend you get some stability on that because, it does have a little bit of recoil. My extended mag, I am using 103% mag size, 24.9% rate of fire. The rate of fire is really, really important because with an assault rifle, especially because your base damage is going to be increased from other stats that you have, you want to be able to output as many shots as possible. So that's why my, my damage output is actually pretty decent, and that extra rate of fire is going to help you proc, Predator's Mark a lot faster. So let me show you guys, hold on, let me show you guys what I have on my sniper real quick. So I'm running a MK4 M5A2 15 times scope up here, 21% headshot damage, 6.5% critical hit chance. Definitely not bad. You can put a red dot on it if you want. Like you can see those stats would be higher if I had another one of these, but I really like the scope. The scope, especially with the optimal range that you're getting from Predator's Mark, it helps a lot to have a scope and you can hit pretty hard from a long distance, so that's kind of nice. Extended mag, I'm running 95% mag size, 13.5% weapon damage, which is pretty cool, pretty good rather. Hand stop, Wolf Gray, 19.5% accuracy, 34% stability. That's also pretty good. I was thinking about switching this out and putting it on my ACR, but I think it's a little bit better on the sniper rifle. You definitely need a little bit of stability if you're going to be able to shoot consistent shots, especially with balance getting changed. And a flash hider, 19% accuracy, 36% critical hit damage. Now some people are like, oh, you don't need accuracy on a sniper rifle. That's not true. The accuracy is going to make your bullets go wonky sometimes if you have like no accuracy, so you definitely want some on your sniper. Obviously you don't want too much, but I think I have a decent amount. So my pistol, custom PF45 204. I got this from the base of operations. Small laser pointer, which I'm still looking for a blue one of these. I think there's like a level 25 one you can get. However, I think since I'm level 30, I never see those drop. So yeah, sad panda. Tyrant suppressor, 32% crit hit damage and 19.5% reduced threat. The reduced threat really doesn't matter. And then an extended mag with rate of fire, magazine size. I'm actually going to trade that out because the rate of fire isn't necessary. The 600 RPM on the base pistol is good enough because you're never going to be able to shoot that fast anyways. But right now I just have a rate of fire just because I had nothing else really to put there. Alright, let's get into the gear pieces. Now I am running 4 Predator's Mark, 2 final measure. I'm running 2 final measure for the 50% exotic damage resilience. If you don't know what exotic damage resilience is, it's basically a reduction of damage taken from anything that isn't direct bullets. So that means incendiary bullets, explosive rounds, incendiary grenades, frag grenades, shock turrets, you name it. All of that damage that isn't direct bullet damage is going to be taken into account through your exotic damage resilience. So I have a lot, and you guys are going to see that in a second. So right now on my chest piece, now this can get a little bit better. I think I'd rather have crit hit damage here than exotic damage resilience, even though the exotic damage resilience is fantastic. I think I have a little bit too high in that stat, but we'll see. So I'm running stamina, 626 stamina, not too high, not too bad though. 13.5% exotic damage resilience, 656 armor, 12% health on kill. I can't like stress enough how important health on kill is in this meta because it's so hard to kill the NPCs and keep your health up. They're so strong. So health on kill definitely important. I actually wish I had more than 12%, but you know, it is what it is. 46% ammo capacity, which is definitely necessary, even if you're using the police bag and Lone Star, because you want to get as many bullets as possible. I end up getting like 1,730 bullets, something like that. But with the ACR or any assault rifle, if you're using the Lova or anything like that, you're going to go through a lot of bullets extremely fast. And it doesn't seem like ammo is dropping as often, probably because my scavenging's low. But yeah, skill attributes, seeker, mine explosion radius. Obviously, I got to switch that out, but I haven't found a better chest piece yet, so kind of just waiting on that. All right, my Predator's Mark mask. It has 2 mod slots, which isn't preferred because it's taking up the slot of another stat, but still, it's okay for right now. So we got 2 mod slots here, which both I have armor, 155 armor and 154 armor. Disorient resist, which I rather would have something else because I guess disorient is pretty good. 3% pulse critical hit chance and 1 mod slot. So you can see, although the firearms is extremely high on my mask, you know, I am using 1 firearms mod here too. Even though it's really high, it's kind of, I don't know. It could be better. 799 firearms with the 1 mod is really good though. So yeah, one thing I want to show you guys though is how the Predator's Mark mask looks. It looks sick. All right, so let's go right in. I have Final Measure knee pads with 1 mod slot. 10.5% exotic damage resilience. You're starting to see that I have a lot of exotic damage resilience. Enemy armor damage, which could be better. Burn resistance, blind death resistance, first aid, ally heal, which means when other people heal me, it's gonna, you know, put my percentage that I heal for up a lot, which is good because when you're running with a group, almost everyone should be using first aid. So yeah, those are my, like, I got decent armor. I guess you could get armor here instead of exotic damage resilience. It'd help you out a little bit, but I'm in love with exotic damage resilience. That's why I literally take 0 damage. Okay, so my Final Measure backpack here, 803 stamina, 6,500 skill power. Now, this is really important. That extra skill power is going to help you out so much with how much you heal and how much you hit for when you pulse. That's really good. The burn resistance is good, and the 9.5% pulse critical hit damage. Obviously, it'd be a little bit better if instead of sticky bomb, explosive radius, this was pulse duration. But yeah, that's still pretty darn good. So Final Measure, that's our 2-piece for the 50% exotic damage resilience. As you guys can see right here, it's active. Let's go to my gloves. Predator's Mark gloves, 674 firearms, assault rifle damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, pulse critical hit damage. Those are about as good as it gets for gloves, you know, for 240s. You know, the armor could be a little bit higher, but I rather have the 649 assault rifle damage since I am using an assault rifle on this class. So my holster, this is the one thing in my build that I have to kind of update. Now, it's not bad. 392 armor, you know, we got, you know, triple stat, 8.5% pulse critical hit damage. It's not bad, but if it's a 240, it's going to up all of these statistics here up towards the 600s, and the armor is going to be a little bit higher, and the pulse critical hit damage is going to be closer to like 9.5 or 9.7-ish. So I definitely need to switch this out, but to get the 4-piece Predator, in case you guys don't know, you're getting 20% optimal range, you're getting 800 assault rifle damage and 700 pistol damage, which both of those complement your build, especially because I noticed that I use my pistol a lot to clear NPCs. Oh my god. As you can see right there, it's actually pretty strong. I know these are low level mobs, but you know, the pistol damage is actually kind of nice because it makes it somewhat worth to use for once. Okay, so they're dead. Alright, let's get back into this. I guess this wasn't such a great spot to show you guys my build, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I don't think I showed you the mod here. Basically, all my mods are armor, stamina. You know, did I miss this one too? Same thing, armor, stamina, 159 armor. Maybe you guys can get better rolls on those. I don't know. Okay, so let's go into the character stats. So you can see my firearms, my stamina, weapon damage 39,000. My crit hit chance. That's on my pistol. Here, I'll show you guys. Okay, so my crit hit chance is 27% on my assault rifle because I'm getting 13% extra from Vicious. So you can see my crit hit chance is a little bit low, but it's kind of hard until I get maxed out with all my armor and I can add, you know, crit hit chance mods onto my build. The crit hit chance is going to be a little low until I can get an extra 5%, or I can get a mask that has 5%. It's going to be a little bit low right now. 127% critical hit damage, 22% headshot damage. So you can see you're not going to be doing a ton of damage with this build. Like I said, it's more utility. You're going to be more of the person who's doing constant damage over time and, you know, constantly marking people with bleed. That's kind of your role in this. So like I said, if you are a solo player, I do not recommend this build. I will be making a solo build later on in the week. I actually have a really good build being made for you guys that you'll enjoy. So like I said, this is more of a utility build. So all right, so toughness is 317, max health 83,000, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in this meta with 75%, well in my case 73.6% armor mitigation, which this will go up to 75 as soon as I get a better holster with more armor. But yeah, like you like, even though I have 83k health, I never die. I literally, the only way I ever die is if I get shock turreted and I get focused by the entire team where I can't, you know, I can't protect myself. But as long as I'm mobile and I can pop med kits and I can use my first aid and I can, you know, bob and weave and make them miss shots, literally never die because of my exotic damage resilience, which you guys are going to see here. 73%, that's insane. So from when somebody hits me with an explosive shot, I am going to take from the explosion part of the damage, I'm going to take 73% less damage. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Trust me, guys, if you're doing like a tanky build, like a utility build, you want to get your exotic damage resilience up. It is absolutely 100% necessary. Blind Death resist, burn resist 38%, disorient, all that good stuff. Disrupt resist is 0%, shock resist is 0%, but yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. I need to get my shock resist up a little bit. I didn't even think about that. Maybe that's why I'm getting wrecked by shock turrets. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. You know, like, no scavenging. You don't really need any scavenging. If you don't know, scavenging is just the you know, the chance of a NPC dropping, you know, med kits, fire bullets, grenades, all that stuff. So it's really not that big of a deal. A lot of people are still misleaded by what scavenging really means. So that is pretty much my build. I'll show you guys my talents here quick. You know, a funny thing is I was using shrapnel to see if it would work. Shrapnel actually doesn't proc with your bleed, which makes me very sad. But right now I am running triage, which is 100% necessary. If you guys don't know, you should heal at the ground. Your team runs in and out, and all they have to do is run in and out twice, and your heal's back up, and your other skills are back up as well. Critical save, use a med kit during low health to increase damage resistance by 40%. It's all, this meta is all resistance, man. That's all it is. You know, combat medic, same thing. Use a med kit near allies. Did that guy really just knock me out of my inventory? Wow, dude. So rude. Okay. Which one were we on? Combat medic, yeah. Use a med kit near allies to heal group members and proxies within 20 meters by 40%. This is so good. This is so good. I cannot stress. Because it counts yourself as an ally. So when you heal, you just heal for so much more. And then one is none, obviously, which that bug still exists, which is frustrating. But yeah, that's pretty much my build, guys. I want to show you guys the Predator's Mark mask. It's so dope. Where's this guy going into? What are you doing, guy? Okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna put the mask on. Do you guys notice anything? It looks like the mask from Alien vs. Predator. It literally looks like Predator's mask. That's so cool. It's one of my favorite things about this build. The mask looks so dope. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully I showed you guys everything. Did I miss anything out at all? I don't believe so. So yeah, that's my build. Basically, you just use it to apply bleed, keep your enemies slowed. Like I said, you're not going to do a shit ton of damage, but It's definitely helpful to your team to be able to have a constant slow and to be constantly doing damage over time, and just it's more of just an annoyance than anything. But I've noticed that the weakness in this build is when an entire team is building like skill power tank and they're using triage and they're just healing forever. You know, your build ends up being pretty useless. So but let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Maybe you try it out. It's so easy to get gear these days that you can try multiple builds and see what works for you the best. I've been Like Butter. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care, everybody.